This gospel that we have just heard gives us a glimpse, or it is a rare moment wherein Jesus used the image of a mother, a female character, in trying to show and stress the quality of God or the character of God. That's why he said, "Jerusalem, Jerusalem, how I yearn to gather your children together as a mother hen gathers her brood under her wings." In other words, Jesus was attributing a female or a maternal quality to God. A God who is caring, a God who is gentle, a God who is loving. In fact, in Isaiah tells us that God's love even surpasses that of a mother's love, because in Isaiah 49, it says, "Even if a mother shall forget the baby in her womb, I will never forget you because you are mine. I have carved your name on the palm of my hands." Again, in Isaiah, when the Israelites were going back to the promised land, or to Israel, after their captivity, he gave them an assurance. "As a mother fondles her baby on her lap, so will I comfort you." You know, God does not have a gender. Wala pong kasarian ang Panginoon, sapagkat siya ay Espiritu. So, God can assume female qualities, good qualities, as well as male qualities. God as powerful, God as provider. On the other hand, God as gentle and caring. Hinihiram po lang natin ang lengguwahe hangos sa ating karanasan upang isalarawan natin kung sino ang Panginoong Diyos. Kaya yung terminolohiya na tatay, aba, father, ay hango yan sa ating karanasan at ginagamit natin upang may paliwanag o may pahiwatig kung sino ang Panginoong Diyos. Because how can we know about God unless we use human language? And so the first reference when we use, for example, the term father is referred first to your biological father, and yet we apply it to God and assume that all the good qualities of a father can also be found in God. That's why we say God is our loving Father, all-knowing, all-loving, all-present. And so there is no problem also in attributing to God maternal qualities like what Jesus has shown in the gospel today. So the question is, what are the qualities, or what quality could we found in a mother's love? It is faithfulness. Kahit po basagulero ang kanyang anak, kahit po ilang beses nang nasaktan ng nanay, mamahalin pa rin niya ang kanyang anak. So in other words, a maternal love reflects God's love, God's faithfulness. Kaya napakaganda yung sinabi dito sa ating ebanghelyo, "I yearn to gather you." Yung English na yearn, ibig sabihin yun, minimithi, ninanasa, inasamasam ng Panginoon na tayo'y lilikumin, na tayo'y mamahalin, na tayo'y aangkupin. Kaya nga in Psalm 139, it says there, it is not really we who are running after God, but it is God as it were running after us. Because in Psalm 139 it says, if I go down to the heavens, if I go down to the netherworld, you are there. If I go up to the heavens, you are there. Where can I run from your love? Even when I was being formed in my mother's womb, you knew me. You counted all my bones. In other words, God is ever faithful. God is the one running after us, telling us, I love you, come back. Ito po ay makikita sa karanasan ni Propeta Hosea. Alam niyo po si Propeta Hosea ay mayroon pong asawa na very unfaithful. She was always running away with other men. And so one day, Prophet Hosea complained to God, Lord, I'm a prophet, and my wife is very unfaithful. What should I do? The Lord answered, take back your wife, Hosea, forgive her. And so, Hosea took back his wife. But the same thing happened over and over again. A very unfaithful wife at that. And Hosea complained, how can I have credibility as your prophet if my wife is very unfaithful? What lesson are you trying to teach me in this experience, Lord? And the Lord God said, you know, Prophet Hosea, I am just like you. And my people, the Israelites, are like your wife. They are very unfaithful. But every time they sin against me, every time they are unfaithful, I always take them back. I always take them back. And so it is not surprising why Jesus used the image of a mother hen. How I wish to gather you like a mother hen, gather her brood young ones, her chicks under her wings. St. Paul tells us that we live by faith, not by sight. The chicks under the wings of the mother hen feel so secure because they are protected by God's love. And so, in this time of pandemic, let us trust in God's love and also stress the positive maternal qualities of God even in our relationships. God as loving, God as caring, God as gentle. That's why Jesus said, God is ever faithful. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door shall be opened. Ask and you shall receive. Because we believe in a God who is ever faithful and ever loving.